Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. This past couple of days, we had some U.S. Open Cup matches, and I think there's a few we have to talk about. Starting with Detroit City FC versus the Houston Dynamo, the reigning champs. This game is a game that you want in the Open Cup, especially with what's going on right now. There's actually a tweet I saw not too long ago, and I wish I would have liked it just to give that person, credit. I don't know who wrote it, but it was something along the lines of, right now it feels like the Open Cup is league versus league, and it was always meant to be club versus club. Just because of what's going on, the MLS not wanting to participate and stuff. But yeah, so this game, it definitely boosted that feeling because you have an underdog in the USL versus the reigning champs of the Open Cup. And when this game kicked off, very early on, Houston Dynamo scored, and you almost thought, oh man, this is going to be, the MLS is coming into the tournament now, and so they're just going to do have their way with the USL teams. I mean, that's what I felt in the beginning because of how early they scored, and so I was like, oh, here we go. But this game had everything in it because you had Houston Dynamo winning, then Detroit City kind of coming back. It ultimately ends as a 3-3 draw that they have to go into penalties. And just someone I want to highlight real quick was Maxi Rodriguez, who was able to bring it to be 3-3. Just because I read an article on him and I really liked his story because not that long ago, he didn't have a club and he didn't know if he was going to keep playing. He didn't know if he was going to be a professional soccer player anymore. So just having that feeling of, oh my gosh, is this over? My goals are done. What am I going to do? What's next? To being the guy in this tournament, at least in this game, who was able to, give life to your team, who was able to extend the life of Detroit City playing in the Open Cup. Yeah, I just really wanted to highlight him. Just I know he's doing really well also in regular season. So the hard work, the dedication, not giving up, because when he didn't have a club, instead of just sitting around, he could have, done that. He was actually training because he wanted to have that opportunity once more to find a club, and look where he's at. But yeah, this game ends up going into penalties. It goes all the way until the goalies have to do it, and Houston Dynamo's misses it. He skyrockets it, and Detroit City's Carlos Saldaña, he's able to kick it, and it goes into the back of the net, and Detroit City advances because of it. Very incredible, guys. This was for sure the Cinderella story. This was for sure the underdog story. This is a game that's going to live on for a very long time, just because like I said earlier, that meaning, the USL versus the MLS, the champion of the Open Cup is now out. The guys who do it are Detroit City. This was absolutely incredible. So yeah, it's exciting to see. Do not rule out Detroit City. I feel like a lot of people did just for the regular season, and look what they're doing. Look what they are able to accomplish. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen next with them. Another game that I want to talk about is Birmingham Legion versus Tampa Bay Rowdies, because this game was also one of those games where it's like, oh my gosh, what is happening right now? Tampa Bay was pretty much winning the whole game, and it wasn't until the last 10 minutes where Birmingham Legion scores 4 goals to tie it up. Imagine that, 4-0. You're losing 4-0, and this game in the last 10 minutes, Birmingham is able to find 4 goals and to extend their life, essentially, because you're like, oh my gosh, this game, what just happened? How does a team collapse in the last 10 minutes? How does Tampa Bay, who is playing very well, in my opinion, who has very experienced players, it's like, what happened? That's a conversation. I wonder what they had in the locker room, because it goes into extra time, and so you kind of have like, oh my gosh, what's Birmingham going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to come back and win this game? Are they going to be able to advance because of what Detroit was able to do? Like, are we going to see this again? And unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. Tampa's able to score 6 goals, but for a brief moment, everyone was glued to the TV like, what is going to happen? What is happening right now? How was Birmingham able to do this? But yeah, Tampa Bay advances, so that was a USL versus USL game. And see, like even me, I'm saying that right now in the video, it's a league versus league, because I'm like, it's bummed out that the USL took out another USL team. So we'll see what happens with Tampa Bay. And another game that I want to talk about is Seattle versus Lou City, because this game also was going back and forth, and so it ends up going to penalties. And so this game, you also thought, oh my gosh, here we go. It's going to be like Detroit City. Another USL club is going to be able to take out an MLS club. And unfortunately, this game did not go like that, because because the goalie for Seattle was actually the hero for them. In the USL, it was Detroit, Carlos Saldaña, but this one was Seattle's goalkeeper who was the hero for them. And because of him, there's different other reasons why, but they were able to advance, and they knocked out Blue City, which is a very good club in the USL, a very dominant playing club, a club who was scoring a bunch of goals on other USL teams. So it sucks to see. It sucks that it was so close because they went all the way into penalties as well. And so you would have loved to see another USL team advance. But a club that was able to knock out MLS team was New Mexico United. New Mexico United won 4-2 against Real Salt Lake, and they were just dominating them the whole time. It looked like it was a party over there, and that's great to see because the USL club, like I said, right now it feels like a league versus league, but a USL club was able to hand it to an MLS team. And then one of the things was, right, because they play at a baseball stadium, and one of the things was MLS didn't want to, compete in other places where soccer wasn't the main focus. And look what happened. The MLS had to eat their words because they got beat there. They got beat in a baseball stadium against New Mexico United, a very good team. So yeah, New Mexico United, they're also, I think they're going to go really far in this as well because of how good they're playing right now. And you could tell, look at what they did. You could tell. And like I said, when I was watching some of the highlights, some of the goals, it looked like it was a party. It looked like it was a lot of fun. And I bet the atmosphere was great. But going on to the next round, only 2 MLS clubs were eliminated, so 6 still are in. So 6 are still in the tournament, and we'll see what happens. We'll see who's able to advance. We might have another MLS team that's a champion or a USL club, which will be the first. So that is exciting to see. This is what this tournament is about, and it would have been great to see more competition. But a lot of times with these tournaments, you start seeing where the money is. Not always, right? You're going to have teams that are going to be eliminated, but just the odds. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what teams are able to advance, and we'll see if we'll finally be able to have a USL team lift up the Open Cup. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about the tournament so far? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Who are you voting for? Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Let me know in the comments. But that's all I have for now. Please like this video. It really helps me out. The channel is growing, and I will see you guys all on the next one.